So, hi guys. I hope you're all doing great. Today we have a guest from Nigeria, from West Africa, where she'll be talking about personal branding. So today we will be using English, though we are all Tanzanian here. Yeah, we have some people. They are from different regions, and we have some people who are fluently in English, but they do understand Kiswahili. So I would like to welcome Olamide, if you are here with us. Lamide, if you are here with us, please unmute your mic if you're already
Hi
in.
everyone, good evening.
Okay, hi.
Good evening, everyone. How are we doing today?
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
We
Can
are
we
so
confirm?
great. Yes,
All right, thank you.
we are so honored to have you here with us today. These are all freelancers, and we are all here learning. Um, so we would like to know you. By the way, I am Joyce Asenga. I am digital business manager managing Remotika Africa. So I work with Baraka Mafole, and we are really, really honored to have you with us today. So you are very well, you are very welcome here.
Thank you very much, Joyce. Thank you very much. Good evening again, everyone. Can we please confirm if you can hear me clearly?
Yeah, on my side, I can hear you.
All right, thank you so
I
much.
can hear it.
All right, thank you so much. Please give me a minute to share my screen to get my slides.
Okay, thank you.
Can we confirm if you can hear me and we can see my screen well?
Yeah, we do hear you, and we can see the screen very clearly.
All right,
I
thank
can
you so
see the
much.
screen too.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, again, very well, thank you very much for inviting me to speak with everyone here. Please, if at any point you need to draw back my attention, please just give a notice. Instead of dropping it in the chat, just say something because I'm going to be on this screen. So, the topic that I'll be speaking on is building a recognizable, credible, and monetizable personal brand, which pretty much is the personal brand assets. So, firstly, meet me. My name is Agusto Olamide. I am a Nigerian and I'm a brand and communications officer currently working at Hardy Business School. I have been working for the past almost 6 years now, and building a personal brand really has helped me in my career so far from every point of my journey. So the very first thing I would want to speak on is recognition. Just something we want to put out before going into anything. Joyce has sent me quite a number of your questions, so that's what I've used to build my slides this evening to share with you guys. So the first thing is recognition over numbers. Building a personal brand goes beyond just having high followers or high likes. You can have all of that and not have a personal brand. Being known by the right people matters more than having thousands of people or thousands of followers who will not engage you or act at all. And the next thing is, which feeds into that, is quality over quantity. A small loyal audience that trusts you, that is following you, engaging with you, is far better than having 10,000 or 1 million and they're just there, not engaging at all. And then the real influence indicators is measured by referrals, opportunities, invitations, and trust. Me coming here to this meeting this evening is based on me building a personal brand and having this trust with Baraka. Even getting to know him on his own was through me building my personal brand and having to work with the company he works at. Right? So what is personal branding? Personal branding, many people have different ways of explaining personal branding, but pretty much what personal branding is the intentional way you present yourself to people, how you want them to see you and know you for, right? Your personal brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. So your skills, your value, and the impression you leave behind. If you're not going to be in the room, if you're not going to be somewhere, what are people saying about you? How do they remember you? You know, your friends, your class, at work, your clients, even Google, AI. If you're not going to be, if you're not the one representing yourself, what would they say about you? How would they remember you? Can they, explain you properly the way you want to be explained? The next thing is career opportunities. These are one of the benefits of having a personal brand. Career opportunities. A strong personal brand opens doors to quite a number of things. Again, like I mentioned, me getting to know Baraka was by building a personal brand. I was able to work with Grey Africa to go for a conference. Without having this personal brand, I probably wouldn't have even been able to go to meet them in the first place for this opportunity. It opens you up to jobs, clients, speaking engagements, and partnerships that align with your purpose. You're able to show yourself beyond just more farther than what you can even explain about, farther than where you can even go to. Where I currently work as was due to my personal brand. I did something for my boss and he was just really impressed by it. And then by just knowing more about me, he wanted me to be on his team. And then there's the community impact. When your brand is clear and credible, you inspire others in your community and create a legacy that extends beyond your own success. See what Baraka is doing with Remotika Africa now. This is a very good example. This is a very good example of having a personal brand and building a community that goes even beyond just you and just what you are building. More people are inspired to want to do more. They want to be like you. They want to be able to have these opportunities and this access because of you. And that does happen because of a personal brand. And the next thing, defining your brand, of course. So now, what are the very first things you want to do when you want to start your personal brand? The first thing you want to do, of course, is to define who you are, what you stand for, and how others will perceive your value. So who exactly are you? Not just your name, not your favorite color, not what you do. Who are you? I am Agusto Olamide. I'm a brand and communications officer. I help brands and startup companies to build and structure their strategy and narrative towards the public and their target audience. That's who I am. What do you stand for? I help brands and startups build emotional brand strategy that helps them connect emotionally to their right audience. So you can already tell that I'm not just going to be another brand strategist that just creates strategy or that focuses on numbers. My own core value is bringing in emotional brand strategy
Man,
to help.
Can
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Paskazia nadhani utoke alafu urudi.
Yes, we are here
kuna
the
joto di.
All
Mi
right.
hata yaani nahisi huu mshipa wangu wa huku unaniuma huku. Inabidi
Can I
nirudi
continue?
tena nirudi. Dakika
Yeah,
nane.
you can. Yes, you can. Paskazia, please unmute your mic.
98,
Continue.
45.
Paskazia, please let me mute you all and you can unmute, please.
All right. All right. I think we can continue.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the slides are too small. So, by the way, if you need my attention, please just speak out or let Joyce know. So I will be on the other screen. I won't be able to see the chat. So if the slides are small, please let me know. Sorry, hold on. All right. Is it better? Or assume it is better now. So personal brand. So what do you stand for and how others perceive your value? In the general market, what people really care for is whatever you have to say, what it has to do with them. What value are you bringing in for them? You have to exist in every room, whether online or offline. So if they're talking about you to somebody else, what are they saying about you? If you're going to be in another country, what are they saying about you? That is how you intentionally build your personal brand. The next thing will be your online presence. This is one thing that most people focus on when it comes to building a personal brand. They only think of the online presence. So you have your digital footprint. You have a digital footprint. You have profiles, posts, and content. A tool that amplifies your brand, but not the brand itself. Your Instagram, your TikTok, Twitter, Substack, any community, all of these things are not your online presence. They are just a footprint for you. They're just a footprint for you. They're a tool that helps you to make people get to know more about you, how to help you amplify your brand, essentially. Then we have the creator brand. These are brands that are built around content output and audience growth. Now, most personal brands doesn't entirely need to lead to being a creator. You don't need to be creating content to have a personal brand. You don't need to be getting money and going for the brand deals and all of these things to achieve having a personal brand. The goal of what you are looking for is what will help you know what exactly you want to build. Do you want to get more jobs and opportunities speaking? Then you have that kind of brand. Or are you looking to become, go for brand deals, get all the PR packages and all of those things? Then we look at being a creator brand. Powerful when rooted in a clear personal brand identity. A creator brand is going to be built on having a clear personal brand identity. So any creator that you see going out, being invited and all, is because they have a clear personal brand identity, which is why these other companies can work with them. So next thing you want to work on, the recognition equation. The first thing you want to work on is your identity. Again, who you are at your core, your values, your strengths, and the unique perspective only you bring to the world. The biggest issue that we're currently seeing is how everyone wants to sound and be like everyone else. But there's no use for that. Having a personal brand is bringing your own self, your own authentic self to the world, helping them see you and not the copy of somebody else through you. So, what are your values? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your unique experiences? This is how you build your identity. Then you have your positioning. This is how people get to remember you because you are positioning yourself in a particular set of way. What do you stand for and who do you serve? It's not every creator or every brand that would work with fintech brands or would work with skincare and perfumes. Some people work with oil and gas. Some people work in the education sector. and so on like that. So who exactly do you stand for? And that's how you position yourself. It depends on who exactly you want to be. Then you can now grow your personal brand. The specific space you own your audience's mind. Then you have repetition. A personal brand is not being built just one time. It is not built in just one day. It is not built in just in your imagination. It is every single day, every single moment, every post, every content, every place you go to, every outfit you wear, everywhere you're going to be, over and over again, showing up consistently. That is where consistency now then comes in. Consistency not just coming up every single day. It's not about posting every single day. You can be consistent through your message, through your style, and even the voice, how people will get to know you until your recognition becomes automatic. The more you're able to grow this thing over and over, your message, your style, your voice, this is how people will now get to know you. They can say, oh, this is Kabi. Oh, this is Kamu. And so on like that. Then you have your evidence. All of this, everything you want to build as a personal brand would lead to you either having an evidence before or now then building your evidence afresh. So proof of your expertise, results, testimonials, work samples, stories, and so on. As a creator, you want to become a UGC creator. What are your, and you don't have anybody you worked with before, take products you have at home and use it to build a portfolio. If you are an experienced person already, you are a digital marketer, social media manager, you are a web developer, community manager, you are now building your personal brand to showcase your current work that you've done before. Testimonials from other clients, results you've already produced for other clients, samples if you don't have one before. These are how you're able to equate and create your personal brand. The next thing we're going to discuss is those that have multiple interests. This is one question that I noticed that was very interesting. It said, if you have multiple interests, what do you do? Do you have to kill one to focus on one? And you don't need to do that at all. The first thing you want to do is find your thread. All of your interests have you in common. And so that means there's a connecting thread that ties all of these interests together. So the first thing you want to do is find that thread. Look across your interests for the common theme. What is the value, the skill, or the transformation that connects them together? That thread becomes your brand anchor. Oh, I like sewing, and I like makeup, and I like hairdressing. These might look like different passions, but if you bring them together, that is still in the fashion industry. All of the things you have, if you're like, oh, I love art, I love traveling, I love skincare, you bring them together and you've created a lifestyle architecture that comes together to build one particular thing. So first you want to do is find your thread. Next thing is the umbrella approach. Group your interest under one overarching identity. Sorry, excuse me. Over one underarching identity. You are not scattered. You are a multidimensional with a clear center of gravity. So now, like I mentioned before, you bring all of your interests and passions together and then put them into one place. Put them into one place. The next thing is strategic focus. Lead with one lane publicly while the others support it. So choose one that you want to have as the forefront and let the rest support it. Consistency in what you are known for builds recognition faster. You can have different passions and focus on one while the rest supports it as you go. If you want to do everything all at once, you'd only look very scattered and unserious. People will not know what to remember you for because one day come out singing, the next day are doing architecture, the next day are doing furniture, the next day are doing a social media management. They would not know where to place you. So pick one at the forefront and let the rest find a way to support that as you build them together under one umbrella. And then the next thing is consistency without burning out. Like I mentioned, you don't need to show up every single time. It doesn't need to be perfect, but you need to be there. So how do you want to create content consistently as someone who is working, you have a 9 to 5, maybe you're a mom, and so on. The first thing to do, of course, is to batch create your content. You don't need to do them all at once. You don't need to do them every single day if you know that will be too much. You can create one day and say, okay, you know what? Every Saturday, I will be creating all my content. That means on Thursday, you already have written all the list of the content you want to create. So that by Saturday, you have your outfit set up, your lighting is ready, you've charged everything you need to charge, you've written your scripts, you've put out, all the documents you need. And then on Saturday, you're seated down and creating 5 contents, either what you want to have to do. You can do 4 videos. You can write 3 articles. You work smarter, not constantly. You don't have to always be there. Most of the creators you see do not create every single day, every single moment. They create by batch. The next thing is having sustainable rhythms. So posting 2 times per week consistently is better than posting daily for a month and then disappearing. If you cannot post every single day, you don't need to post every single day. If you can only post 3 times in a month or 4 times in a month, stick to your 4 times in a month. But of course, you want people to get to know you better. So you want to increase the level of how much you post. But also do that in a way that you do not burn out. So 2 times in 1 week is very okay. 2 times in 1 week is very okay. Right? Sustainable rhythm. Choose a pace that you can keep. If you write on Substack, articles, Medium, blog posts, you can do 1 in a week or maybe 2 in a month. Create a pace that only you. Don't look at anybody else and say, oh, how are you doing your own thing? No, it is how you can sustain. And the next thing is permission to rest. Now, most of the time, most creators do not know when to rest, but rest is part of the strategy. Sometimes announce break. Sometimes if you are lost, you don't know what to do, take your old posts and post them again. Look at the things you have done before and find a new way to bring them out. You don't need to continue posting new things every single time. It is hard to always bring up new things. Sometimes bring up from the things you already have before. Right? Take time to rest. Take time to think again. Take time to focus again. Take time to work and not just create alone. Creating consistently can also, burn out, cause you to burn out and even lose your inspiration entirely. And then this question was on tone and visual style. By the way, if you have any questions, please let me know so you can pause at any point in time. Right. So the first thing, your tone of voice, is actually very simple and very straightforward. Sorry. What's this? Right. Tone of voice. Your voice is how people feel before they meet you. The words you speak, the energy you produce to them, and even your style that reflects who you truly are. When you hear me talking, you know it's me that's talking because I have the way I talk. I have the way I use my words. I have the way I use my cadence. I have the way I use my speed when I'm talking. That is how I am. You also have your own type of voice. The way you write is not the way you will talk. So you want to be able to refine your talking voice if you are a talking creator, if you create videos. If you're a writing creator, you write on Substack, you write articles, you create on carousels on Instagram. You also want to work on your writing posts. How do you write? How do you use your punctuations? How do you use the what's it called? I've forgotten. Right? And you can also employ AI when you are writing. But of course, you need to know how you write first before employing AI to write for you. Or else to write in a way that's very generic and you don't even recognize yourself in what it has written. Then you have the visual consistency. Pick 2 or 3 colors a consistent font, and a signature image style. It doesn't have to be very complicated. You're not a company, you're a creator. 2 or 3 colors. It doesn't have to be your favorite color. It can be a color that fits is that explains that introduces a feeling of what you are, of the kind of creator you want to be. And then a consistent font that every single time anyone sees this thing, they know it's from you. They can say, oh, this is this person's content because they already recognize this font to you. There's sometimes I see some content and I feel like, oh, this person, and I see that someone else that posted like, oh, this person is using this person's content, right? Repetition of visual elements build instant recognition. Even for anyone that's even seen a word, even for they even read the word or heard what you said, because they've even just seen this picture, this font, this color, they think of you. And then we have memorable brand elements, a signature phrase, a recurring format, or a distinctive look can become your brand fingerprints. These small details, it might look very small, might look very unnecessary sometimes. But when people hear it, they immediately think of you like that. It's the same way we see Kabilame and how he does his I don't know or can't you see look. That is his own brand fingerprint. So even if someone else does it outside, we think of him immediately because he always does it every single time, every single time. That is how to build a personal brand also. That's your tone and visual style. And then we have building credibility. Before we can even get into making money and every other thing, you want to be credible. And that's where consistency in your visual, your tone, your message, and your style comes in. So first thing, show your expertise. Share your knowledge consistently. Write, speak, teach. Demonstrate what you know. Build authority before numbers do. This is a good way for me to show my own expertise also. This is another way for me to build and expand my personal brand also. So share your knowledge in any way you want to share it, whether physically, whether online, whether through articles or on Instagram, whether through videos on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. Consistently share your knowledge. One thing people always look out for is value. The next thing is collect social proof. Gather testimonials. What people think about you, your past clients, what do you have to say about you, about how they worked with you, about the results that you gave to them. Showcase the results and highlight endorsements. Real evidence from real people earns trust faster than self promotion. It's like you wanted to go and buy something. You probably would buy because your friend has bought there before, rather than because you just saw someone online. You most likely want to trust your friend or someone else's review because human beings tend to trust humans more. People buy from people. It's a very known psychology, right? And then be consistent and visible. Like I said before, building a personal brand does not happen in just one night or in just one day. It happens over and over. You show up regularly in your niche, not only for the brands or anybody, just for your colleagues, your community. Your colleagues knowing you is enough for them to refer you to other people. People below you, people coming behind you, other people in other industry, the fact that they know you also helps. And then you show up again for potential clients, potential brand deals, brand collaborations, creator deals. People trust what they see often and reliably over time. I'm only going to buy a phone from a vendor that I know I can come back to his shop and meet him there. I'm not going to go to a creator or invest money with a freelancer that I cannot trust him. I've never seen him before from anywhere. This is the first time I'm hearing about him. There is nothing about him online. No Instagram, no TikTok, no Google, no portfolio, nothing at all. So how do you want to build it? You start building by practicing, by reading your samples, do for free. Build, for example, as a web developer, you can build websites for businesses around your area who don't have, or build for cheaper. As a creator, also create content for yourself and just build it and create a portfolio that people can then see. Then introverts. This was a very interesting question when I saw it. If you're an introvert, you don't want to go out, you don't want to get yourself seen, the first thing I'm going to tell you is push that idea of being an introvert into one side and think of the goal that you're looking for. Right? And of course, there are different ways to help you as an introvert. You don't always need to be outside, you don't always need to be showing your face. You can write content, write articles, threads, Substack, Medium, Twitter, Threads, LinkedIn. Those are platforms that you can always build on aggressively. Starting out as a creator, I built on Twitter. Most of my leverage comes from Twitter now. The jobs I've worked with, the deals I've gotten, all came from Twitter. You can join the community also and be active in a community, right? Then strategic appearance, like I said, join a community. Choose fewer high-value engagements. So even if I don't like going out, you don't like being in places, choose events that have high value. For example, here in Nigeria, we have Moonshot Conference. This is one place that everyone working in tech intend to go for. Every brand, every company, every freelancer, regardless of where they work or what they do, they want to be at this event because it is one of those high value places. Join, groups also, like Remotika Africa. It's a really good group that you can want to join and be in more places, in more spaces. One powerful talk or one panel builds more credibility than constant presence. The fact that I'm speaking here builds more credibility because I have more audience of people that have heard of me in Tanzania because I built a personal brand here in Nigeria on Twitter. Then we have energy management. Protect your creative energy. Batch content, set boundaries, and show up constantly within your own terms. Like I said before, you don't have to create content every single day. It doesn't have to be videos or pictures. It doesn't have to even be your face. You can create faceless content. You can take photos of the sky, plants, your meal. Go on Pinterest, don't go on Pinterest. Get stock free images that you can use and then just use that to build. And show up consistently within your own terms. It is your personal brand. It is your goal. You can decide on this is how much I want to grow about it. This is what I want to put into growing this. Then we have networking, right? How do you network? What are the ways to network? People go for events, they go to places, and then they don't know how to go about networking. So they end up just staying in one corner and looking very blank, or maybe going with friends and then taking only with your friends. Networking is one of the very important things as a creator, especially nowadays. So if you want to go for an event, what you want to do is to build genuine relationships by showing up consistently, offer value, and engage with others. You will need to push yourself beyond your comfort zone, which is why groups like this also really help you. People that I know now and connect with are people that I've spoken with on Twitter many times before. People that I've spoken with on community groups that I've been in. So when I see them in public, it's easier for me to talk to them because one way or the other, we've been talking before on these groups that we are in. So by the time we go to an event, I'm already with them. I can be introduced to other people just because they are there also. And because we already have a genuine relationship and I'm already offering value to them. That's why they want to even talk to me in the first place and why I also want to talk to them. Networking is not a parasitic relationship. It's not only for you to collect from people, you also need to give out to people for it to be valuable and useful to them. Next is going to be community engagement. Like I mentioned, join local and online communities in your country and beyond. Do not just say, oh, I want to be in groups here alone in Nigeria or in Tanzania alone. Look for groups around the world that you can join. Meet more people in Berlin, people in Canada, people in, every other country all over the world. Creators in your niche of study, in your niche, creators in your line of work, and get to just know them. Participate actively, share insights, and become familiar. Then collaboration opportunities. Once you're able to build all of these genuine relationships and you're in these communities, it is very easy for you to get collaboration opportunities. Because now you're not in those spaces where they can find you, you can find them. So you can partner with aligned creators and professionals, whether as a career person or a content creator also, or even as a brand. Collaborations expand your reach. The moment you can collaborate with more people, it expands the people you can meet. It reinforces your credibility because now the fact that someone else wants to work with you is proof enough that you're good at what you are doing. And then open doors to new audience. For example, me speaking on this call right now, it's opening me to new audiences. I probably wouldn't have even been able to have any connection to Tanzania, even not for me knowing Baraka. That's how you network. You build authentic connections, you engage with the community you're in, and then look out for collaboration opportunities. Then how to turn visibility into opportunity. This is one thing that many creators do not know how to do. They end up building their brand. They have high followers, but they don't know how to turn those visibilities, that followers, into opportunities for them. So first thing, attract the opportunities. Attract the opportunities that you want. When your brand is clear, when you're very clear of who you are and what you want, opportunities will find you. So speak consistently so that the right people would find you. This is what I want to do. This is who I am. This is where I want to work. This is how I want to do things. Speak consistently so that they know exactly what you can do and how to fit you into their brand. Many brands are looking for creators to work with, but they will not come to meet you if you're not clear. If they don't know how you can benefit their brand, if all you create is content about yourself and not how you can help their brand and how you can, convert that brand and your connection together to be beneficiaries to them, then position yourself for partnerships. Align with brands, organizations, and collaborators who share your value. This is what you are interested in. These are the kind of brands that you want to work with. What do they do? What kind of creators do they work with? How can you become those kind of creators without stripping yourself of your own authenticity also? Positioning, right? These kind of partnerships multiply your reach and credibility even faster. Working with Spotify, working with Dove, working with Grey, all of these brands, because it already fits naturally into who you are as a creator, as a freelancer, as a developer, as a professional. It's easier to work with them. Then you have creating clear pathways. Turn followers into clients and contacts into community. There's no reason for you to have 10,000 followers and then there is no way you are making any money from them at all. Create the clear pathways. You share your knowledge and then share ways for them to be able to spend money on you. Define your offer. What can you give to them? And then make it very easy for them to say yes. People would say yes to value. Give them free and then have an offer behind it also. Guide people from knowing you to taking action. They follow you, they love your content, they love the work you do, they've seen your portfolio, they've seen your CV, they like what you do. Make it easy for them to go from that knowing you to saying yes to you, saying I want to work with you. Make it very, very clear. Then we have measuring brand impacts. Pardon. This is me and some of my friends who have built our personal brands, and we have quite a number of opportunities and collaborations with different brands and different industries. And now we have measuring brand impact. Why is this thing touching? Oh, touching it. Sorry. Okay. So we have recognition signals. How do you know that the brand, how do you know we're already building our brands correctly? Do people know you? Are people referencing you by name? Can they say, oh, I know you from somewhere? Do strangers explain your niche before you do? They know your niche. They don't even know you and what you do before you can even explain yourself. Would they see you in public and say, oh, Baraka, I know you from here and here? Unprompted mentions are your clearest signal. It's the same way you will see your celebrities and know them. You don't need to be a top celebrity for you to be able to be known. The next thing is engagement quality, measuring depth over volume. Likes are like the very least at what you look at. People like absent-mindedly. They would like anything. But for them to stop and comment, stop to save, stop to share your content, that means that thing resonates with them very well. So meaningful replies, saved posts, DMs from aligned people matter more than just likes. Then we have opportunity flow, inbound invitations, people that come to meet you. Oh, I want to work with you. I want to invite you to my brand. I want you to work with my brand. I want you to create content for my brand. I'd like to hire you. Speaking requests, collaboration from other creators also. I have friends who meet me and tell me, oh, they're working with a client and they want to bring me on board also. That's a very clear, tracker that I'm working, my personal brand I'm working on is working. This will reveal whether your brand is opening doors. You can just have an online presence and not have a personal brand. Someone asked that question. You can have an online presence, you can post every single time, you can have all the likes and the comments and all the followers and not have a personal brand. A personal brand it leaves being an online presence to becoming a brand when it is converting for you, converting to your goal. Your goal can be different from my own goal. Your goal can be making money or just going for brand deals or getting hired or having clients. There are different ways to track your goals. And then we have reputation indicators. What do people say when they introduce you? Can they introduce you the way you want to be introduced? Your reputation is the brand others carry on your behalf. So if you can build your brand very clearly, people can explain you very well, even when you're not there. When they want to explain to somebody else, say, oh, this person, they can explain you very clearly because you have worked on your personal brand. And then we have the monetization bridge, how you can make that money. The first one to work on is attention first. Before money can come in, the first thing you are working on is your attention. Grow visibility by showing up consistently, be in people's faces. Again, create your own pace and work from there. People cannot buy from someone they have never seen or from someone who only comes once in a while. Be present, be memorable, be relevant, be valuable. Show up, make them remember you, bring value, and make sense to that particular context, be relevant. The next thing would be building deep trust. No one wants to part with their money so easily. Anyone who's going to spend money on anything is because they trust what they're spending their money on. So before they can spend money on you, there has to be that trust. Trust is built through honesty, expertise, and consistency over time. How do you want to do that? You share your story, share your process. How do you get your things done? And your results also, right? You build deep trust. And once you can be able to work with a client and get that deep trust, please don't break their trust. The popular thing people hear is under promise and over deliver, meaning tell them I can do this thing and go 10 times even more than what they expected from you. Because once you can over promise and over deliver, they are more likely to refer you. The lifetime value of one client can be the reason why you are having millions of dollars. You cannot understand what one client can bring into your business. One client can introduce you to, the top company in your nation only because you've done them well. But imagine if you promised and then you didn't do well. You're not honest. You didn't do what you're supposed to do. That any connection that might come from them has already gone like that. Because remember, oh, you didn't do your thing well. So build deep trust and then make the offer. Once trust is established, your audience is ready to invest. Once trust is established, your audience is ready to invest. Once they already trust you, they know what you can do. They know that you are the best in what you can do. They know that when you say this thing, it will be what you are saying. They are ready to put their money down to get results because they've seen it in you already. Present your service, your product, or your program with confidence and clarity. Don't underguess your pricing, and then be very clear about what you are promising, about what you are producing, and what you are introducing to them. And then the next thing is your personal brand blueprints. How to define your identity. Write your brand statements, who you are, who you serve, and what makes you distinct. So after all our conversation now, what you want to do next is first define your identity. Who am I? Who do I serve? What makes me distinct? What makes me different? How do I stand out from the next person doing the same thing? And be very specific. Vague brands are forgettable brands. Remember Pepsi and Coke. Even though we have other brands that are all serving cola drinks, they are always top of mind when it comes to cola drinks. The next thing is to craft your positioning. Choose one core topic to be known for right now. Even though you have multiple interests, choose just one right now. Map out your niche, your audience pain, and where your own unique angle, and find your unique angle where all the three intersect. What is your niche? What is your audience's pain in that niche? What's your unique angle in that niche? That's how you craft your positioning. The next thing is plan your evidence. List 3 pieces of content or actions this week that prove your expertise. Credibility is built through consistent, visible proof over time. So every week, take 3 pieces of content or action that proves your expertise. I did this, I did that this week. Write it down. That proves you are good at what you do. That'll be the end of my slides. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Do we have any questions?
Thank you, Olamide.
Thank you guys so much. All right, guys, do you have any questions for me? Anything you want to add? Anything you want to say?
Hello, Olamide. I have a question for you, madam.
All right. Good evening. What's your name, please?
My name is Salvatore from Tanzania.
Nice to meet you, Savatri. Go
Uh,
on.
Thank you. And we have learned a lot, and your lesson are so amazing and significant. But uh, you have been illustrating about more strengths and strategies. But I would like to ask you the question about, uh, okay, example, you have your personal brand, you have built your brand, and it has been strong in market. So what I am asking is, when a person is attempting to change or to destroy, when an influential person is attempting to destroy your brand, and maybe even how can you leverage when you lost your loyal customers to retain your trust in market and reputation?
That's a very deep question, Salvatore. That's a very, very deep question. Um, so this question can already be answered within the how you are building up your personal brand. That's by building deep trust, right? Building deep trust. And people already know you and what you can do, what your values are. So even if someone then comes and say, oh, this person did this thing, people can say, oh no, they can never be this person. I know them. Once you're able to build those deep trusts beforehand, that regardless of how bad the thing can be, if people know that you can never do this kind of thing, they will stand by your side because they trust you. I've last year I faced, you know, a very damaging situation that almost ruined my reputation also. Or that I thought would ruin my reputation also. But not long, even after that, almost as if it didn't even happen at all. Because people knew me and they knew what I could do. I have spoken about many things before. So it felt very off. Even though that particular situation was very, very damaging, it didn't affect my work or how people saw me. Some people who did not know me, you know, they went. Of course, it will happen. Maybe that's the first time they're ever hearing about you. That is fine. But people that already know you will stand by you. They can fight on your behalf and tell other people, no, this cannot be this person. So that's my answer. Build deep trust from the very beginning. Build your community of people that already know you. And so when that kind of thing happens, they can stand by you and fight for you later on. Thank you. Did I answer
Okay.
your question well?
So yeah, anyone can continue, please. Catherine,
Hi.
hello.
Hello.
Hello, Captain. I can hear you. Go on.
Okay, my name is Catherine from Tanzania. I would like to ask, thank you for your session, but not a question, but I always I'm trying to do, but I'm just hesitating to do it. But even if I'm hesitating to do the brand, so what should I do so as I can do it better?
To be honest, it is in your own hands.
Okay.
You don't want to decide that I want to do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
No one can tell you, no matter what I say today, it is in your own hands to make that decision to build your brand.
Okay.
You look at people and say, okay, this is what this person has gained. I also want that also.
Yes.
Then you build for it. Nothing is easy, nothing in this world is easy to do. You need
Okay.
to choose what's hard for you to do and do it. For example, a friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
she was in university, almost graduated from the university, was very, very broke, had no
Okay.
money at all. And her and her friends were going to do like, a dinner, almost done with school. Let's even have a small hangout and say
Mm.
goodbye. And she couldn't buy food for herself at all.
Mm.
She didn't have money to buy any food for herself, and she felt really bad. Her friend has to buy food for her, and they have to share it. And so she went home that day and said, "You know what? Never again will this happen to me. Never again would I be in a situation that I can't even buy food for myself to eat.
Okay.
I can't go out and I can't go out with my friends, and then I can't afford to buy a meal." And she put in the work. She studied for it. She learned. After learning and amassing her knowledge, she offered her services to people. Oh, I can do this for you for very cheap. Maybe small money. Just be able to build her portfolio, her results, little by little, little by little. And now, if you know how much she's earning, how much she's making, the clients she's working with are working now in NASA, working in the Guinness Book of Records, because of one girl who, went for a dinner hangout with her friends and couldn't afford to
Yeah.
eat. So it really
Wow.
is in your hands. You need to decide and choose. You know what? Enough is enough. I also want to do this thing myself. Does that mean that I won't be comfortable? Yes, I won't be comfortable making the videos and being out there. Yes, I can be lazy about it, but what is my goal? This is the
Okay.
life I want for myself. I don't want to worry about money anymore. I want to go on the brand deals. I want to have good flow of clients. I want to get hired. That is the goal. And you work towards it.
Okay.
That is it. It is in your hands, really.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Catherine. Well done. And I hope I am able to see you next time building for your personal brand.
Yeah, sure. I will.
All right then.
But I would
Anybody
like
else?
also I would like to get if you have sometimes in YouTube or wherever, so as we can learn from you. Still, even you are not around like this.
All right, sure. I would send it through to Joyce later on.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So welcome, Simon.
Thank you so much. Actually, I was just writing my questions down so that we save more time. Now,
If you're not
since you've
yet,
been
we can
yes,
welcome another person. If you are not done.
yeah, sure. I'm not done. Maybe you
Okay,
welcome another
Lois.
person that I just write.
Okay, Lois, welcome.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Olamide, for such an insightful session. I have two questions. Two of them would be very personal to you, and one is just a general question. So my first question is, looking back over your career, what aspects of your personal brand opened the most unexpected doors for you? And how should I structure it? If that's the same thing, is that the same thing you'd want to focus on if you were starting again from scratch today? That's the first question. And then the second question, if you had to build your career or your personal brand, not your career as well, like your personal brand, if you were to build your personal brand from zero or from scratch today, like for us who are beginning, what are the three things that you would prioritize in the first 6 months or in the first year? And the last question, that's a very general question. You spoke about personal branding, a lot of the things we've had throughout your presentation. But my question is, are the principles of personal branding universal, or should African professionals approach personal branding differently? Because, because of the social and professional context of us Africans. Yeah, those are the three questions that I have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lois. Just to confirm I heard you correctly, if I was to be my personal brand from afresh, from zero, what would I focus on in the next 6 months and 1 year? Then as Africans, is the principles of personal brand, is it universal or is it contextual to us as Africans? So for the first two questions, if I was to build afresh from the very beginning, which I'm currently doing, what I would do first is to understand what exactly I want to create for. Set out my goal. This is what I'm building towards. So even though I feel lazy, even though I am tired, excuse me, I will still show up. I have a goal in mind. And then the next thing is going to be amassing all the knowledge that I can to build within that direction. What do I need to know? What is the best platform to build on? What is the best place to be at? What are the best skills I need to do? Clear communication, speaking clearly, storytelling, copywriting, how to write well, how to build emotions in how I speak and how I write, how I create my content. Then, of course, starting the work. Because you can have all the knowledge and not still start. So, in the next 6 months, the first 2 months of it, I'm learning everything that I need to learn. Writing, speaking clearly, communicating clearly, storytelling, and then I get to work. Video editing, designing. If I want to create videos, I want to know how to create videos well, how to edit videos well. What is the best angles for me? What is the best place that I need to create in my house? How can I create the perfect nook, perfect corner in my house for my content? What are the tools and guidance I need? What kind of mic would I need to have clear audio? What kind of phone do I need to have so that I can use and get good, clear videos, right? And then I get to work immediately. I don't I don't spend too much time planning and thinking, strategizing, and I don't get to work. No. What is the best place? Who do I want to meet? Are they on TikTok? Are they on Twitter? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on Substack? Then I choose my platform and get to work. There is no need to spend too much time. That will be it. And then now, are the principles of personal branding universal? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Everyone at the end of the day are building because of the same thing, almost same thing, to change their lives. They want to be part of the brand deals. They want to get more money. They want to, get stable jobs. It might be a bit contextual for why you want it as an African beyond why someone else in Germany wants it. But the principles are still very much the same thing. Because it pretty much is just you as a person deciding this is how I want people to know me. So whether you're an African or you are from an European, you're an Asian person, the whole idea of building a personal brand is taking yourself and say, this is who I want to be known for. This is who I am. This is what I do. And I want people to know me for exactly what I want them to know me for. I don't want people to know me as a liar, and I don't want to be known as a liar. Do you get it? I don't want people to know me as someone who doesn't do good work. I want to do good work, and people know that I do very good work also. So even though I'm in Nigeria, someone in Asia is hearing about me and they know that this person does really good work, even though I'm not there. Even if they just go through a video of mine on TikTok, they can sit and go, oh, this is really nice. Whether or not I'm an African or an Asian person. So yes, it is very universal rather. Did I ask your question well, Lois?
Yes, thank you so much. The two questions were answered correctly and it was very informative. And one more question that I asked that I didn't get the answer if you actually answered. My first question was, you had it?
No. Can you come again? I'm listening to you.
Okay. So my question was, looking back at your career, what aspects of your personal brand opened the most unexpected doors? And is that the same thing you would focus on if you were starting today? That was the question.
Okay.
Am I clear?
Yes. When I started out on Instagram, but I quickly found that it was going to be hard for me to continue with reading on that aspect. So I moved to Twitter, and which is where the most of the opportunities have come from. The jobs I've worked with, the clients I've had, the creator collaborations, the brand collaborations, any money that I've made really much has come from Twitter. Like this is the first time literally that I'm making money based off of someone knowing me personally, not through my job. So if I was to go back again, as of 2022, yes, that's what I'm going to do. But I'll become a bit more strategic behind it. It took me 1 year, really, to build my personal brand. I've been on Twitter for like almost 4 years, 3 years before I started building my personal brand last year. It took me all of 2025 to sit down. I was at 200 followers at that time, and now I'm currently at 1,400. And that's because I've even paused from building it intentionally. So if I was to build again from the very beginning, yes, what I would do is know exactly who I want to meet. These are the brands. This is what I want to be known for. These are the brands that I want to work with. What do I need? Okay, Simon, what do I need to do to get to that point? What do I need to learn? Who do I need to become? Be able to get into that place. I want to work with fintech brands. I want to go for brand events without paying for with my own money. What do I need to do? I need to show up more on Twitter in line with what they're not just posting anyhow, not just posting because okay, I need to be consistent. No, it has to be relevant. I need to talk about brand strategy, marketing, brand order psychology, building personal brands. Because the more I speak on the more I speak on these topics, the more I get under their radar. And they can say, okay, this person is well known. So when I go for events, even though I don't have all of the thousands of followers, I have people that pay attention to my posts. And most brands understand that awareness is not small, it's not big. So that is it. Did I answer you well?
Yes, Olamide, thank you so much. Can I ask one more question?
Sure. Of course you can.
Okay. So how do you actually measure if your personal brand is actually working?
Okay, so I already mentioned that during the slides, but I will share that again with Lois. Let me read it through.
Okay.
How you know it is working? Can people recognize you from outside? When someone meets you, can they explain you properly? Can they say, "Oh, I know you from somewhere. You do this and that." Are you getting any deals at all? Have you made any sort of money? Any kind of opportunity has come through? It also has to be money alone, like I said. Has any form of opportunity come through at all? If it has not, then you're not building a personal brand right. Because the more you are present, the more you are building trust. People want to know you more, right? Do you have a good reputation? Would anything happen, and would there people that would stand by you? Like I said last year, I went through a really damning situation, and I thought that this would be the end of my career, and I felt very broken and very desperate. I didn't know what to do, but it almost as if it didn't even happen at all with the way things are going. People, no one, people that matter didn't even care. I said they didn't even care. I still get to work with other brands. I get to work with brands and be the face of their brands, even though that happened. So if people can recognize you, if you have good engagement, people want to collaborate, they want to work with you, you have opportunities coming in, then yes, this is how you measure your brand impact. I hope that's all. I hope that's good.
Yes, Olamide.
You're welcome, Lois.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, so Simon has asked quite a lot of questions, so I'm going to try to read them one by one. Joyce, how long do we have to be on this call?
So just according to you, if you're okay, we can add some other maybe 30 minutes if you're really okay with it.
Sure. I think I'll just take Simon's question, and anyone else who wants to meet me, I'll send my email address through Joyce, and you can just send an email.
Okay.
All right. So, Simon's first question: how do you connect personal lifestyle while building a personal brand on social media? If you want your personal lifestyle to be your personal brand, by all means, connect it. If not, it does not have to be at all. The personal brand does not need to be your personal life. The personal brand can be your professional life. I have 2 accounts. I have my personal brand, I have my personal life account, where my friends, family, church members are on, and I have my professional accounts, where anyone who I want to work with, I want to share, the work that I've done, it goes on there. And they're almost very 2 different lifestyles in that aspect, because that one has a particular goal to showcase me as a professional and show my results and show my work and my thoughts and my knowledge, proof of concepts. So if you want to be a personal person there, by all means, personal brand doesn't mean sharing your entire life. I was speaking to my founder this evening also. It does not mean oversharing your entire life. You can pick part of your life and share it. It doesn't need to be the entire thing about your life. And then just share just that one part. It can be one interest you have. It doesn't have to be your entire life. Question 2 is it possible to build a strong personal brand that competes with personalities in entertainment industry with a strong following and presence? Oh yeah, I think I saw your question. I would not say yes, because digital marketing and entertainment are entirely 2 different things. Entertainment is mass market. It is for everybody, pretty much. But not everyone is interested in digital marketing. So you cannot quite compete with them in that sense. They can be very big in digital marketing space. And for those that care about it, so brands, communities, designers, marketers, copywriters. But for other people, you might not be any relevant to them at all. And I wouldn't say you should even try to compete with people in the first place. Focus on yourself and build your own brand. Build your own self, your own opportunities, and then leave out, those ones. Because music, movies, entertainment really it is what's it called? It is transglobal. It is not every big marketer all over in Canada that I know about, that you will know about, right? But almost everyone knows Jennifer Lopez. Almost everyone knows Beyonce. Almost everyone knows Rihanna, right? So the more you want to niche down and have a particular niche and not be mass markets, the less you're able to compete globally, because, of course, mass market and niched. Then you have question 3. I want to be a personal brand, but I would like my main page to be that's by all means. Like I mentioned, my personal brand really is my portfolio. Like that's exactly what it is. It's a portfolio at the end of the day. It showcases what you can do, who you are, who you serve, and what you want people to know about you. That's a portfolio already. That's already a portfolio. I tell my friends, like, I can't remember the last time I sent a CV, or that the CV got me a job. It is based on me tweeting on Twitter that I get jobs. Hardly has anybody ever even gone through my CV before. Or, thank you. Hardly has anybody ever seen my CV before and gotten a job from that? Or has anybody, even my portfolio, that I created a website portfolio, and hardly have I ever had to send it to anybody, because I already have my personal brand. That is my portfolio already. That I put in that work, so I don't need to go through all of that CVs and all of that hectic work. And then we have question 4: how can I balance my building my personal brand, but at the same time building the brand for my business? E.g., you're into tourism business, but I would like the main character of the front visible character to be yourself. Tourism is not about you at all. Tourism is not about you. Right? It's about the locations you are touring. You can be a travel agent, and then it's still not about you. No one wants to know you. They want to know about where you are taking them to. So that cannot be, you cannot be the main character. So you need to know, you need to be able to categorize what is important per the brand. You can be the personal brand and then build a tourism brand. You can be the face of it, but not be the main character in it. I have a friend who owns a travel agency brand, and she helps people, she plans travels to other countries in Africa, and then they go. Of course, she's the one that is being the face of it because she works alone, but it's not about her. It is not get ready with me to, go to the market. It is not here is how I. It is pretty much about the tourism business. Here is how I pick out here's how I plan an itinerary for my tourism for the day. Here is how clients get to know about me. Fun fact about this location. These are ideas. You can be the one doing the content. You can be the one of the face of the content, but you are not the main character. The brand is not you. The brand is the tourism business, and then your brand, personal brand, is you. It is about you. You can turn your professional brand. No, don't do that, because then now you modeled it up. I hope that answers you well. And then question 5, I have come to realize that most people's approach while building a personal digital creator brand are taking a different team and maybe engaging as a comedian or general content creator. But when you go to because there are digital creators also now. They're creating digital content. It's not physical, it's digital also. The digital content really is pretty much creating for digital space. So whether you are on social media, whether you're writing, whether it's for blogs, whether it's web development, you are creating on the digital space. You're a digital content creator. A digital creator. That's pretty much it. So it's now then the different stream that they want to now then go through. Like comedy, skits, music, dance, those are the most popular ones because those are the ones that are more in people's faces. Like I said in question 1, mass markets. Everyone is interested in dancing to an extent. Everyone is interested in singing. In comedy, everyone wants to laugh, right? So I hope that answers the question very well, Simon. Bonus quiz. Are these places to fed ideas of digital creations? Are there places to fed ideas? Yeah, you can just take a time out and search on social media. Pretty much. Most research, you can just go through people's content and glean ideas from them. Again, glean ideas from them, not take their content. Right? Look into your own life, your own experiences, your own unique way of seeing things. Take those ideas, bring them together. How do I look at conversations that happen around you in your business, in your stream of, work, and then use those ideas to create content? What is, for example, here in Nigeria, what am I doing? What is my other friends doing? What are people saying about, what are people asking in the industry? How can I work towards it to be able to be in their presence? How can I answer their questions? That's how I can get ideas without having to go to AI. So yeah, thank you so much, Simon. Thank you so much, everybody, for your questions. If you have any questions, yes, I will. I will send the slides to Joyce. I will. I also include my email, so if you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message or an email rather with your questions. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Joyce.
So Olamide, thank you very much. I do have like 2 questions before you go. Someone asked, where should someone study personal branding? Maybe a freelancer want to be a brand strategist as you? Have you maybe take a degree on something, or have you acquired this knowledge from maybe online or this platform like Coursera or CXL or whatever? How did you study it? And another person asked, uh, can someone change or grow their personal brand after maybe being known for certain thing. Maybe like myself, I am a digital business manager. Can I grow from digital business manager to maybe growth strategist or growth manager and change my brand? Do I delete those posts from digital business manager, or what should I do? Do I change my colors, my font, my values and everything so I can fit in growth strategist, or what should I do? So thank you. Those are two questions.
All right. So the first question would be, what did I do? How did I start? I started out as a business owner. I had a jewelry business. I wanted to know more about how to help my business and make more money. And then I grew into that space. I joined my church and our social media team in church. And then just that thirst of knowledge was what helped me. And then I started learning more. I got a job helping a small skincare business also, creating content. And then, at that point in time, what she was doing was just posting her products. And I feel like there should be more to it. There should be more to it. So I took out time to learn. And that was before AI even started out. So I took out time. I went into, looked at different skincare influencers, different skincare businesses. What are they doing? What are people even asking? Right. And then I started, answering questions, pinpoint questions about skincare. People don't know, their different, excuse me, they don't know that their skin types, they don't know what their skin issue is, they don't know what, products to use for their skin issues. And that's how I grew as a social media manager. And then the more I began to learn, I learned by myself. I haven't taken any course at all. It has just been me and me wanting to know more and wanting to grow in this thing. And I really love what I do. Right. So the more you love what you do, the more it just helps you get better, to go deeper into it. So now I do that and I'm growing. Of course, now there is AI. So I am learning more with AI without having to take a course. I take personal courses with AI, with ChatGPT and code. I have a particular idea. I read books, I read articles, I'm in people's TikTok on YouTube, and I'm learning from them. So depending on how you learn as a person, you can't use my own way of learning and do it the same way, because we don't learn the same way. If the way you would learn, oh my goodness, if the way you will learn is by taking a course, take a course. If the way you learn is by being, hands-on and practical, do the practicals, that's how I got into it. Social media first, and then I wanted to know more about brands and how brands work and why people, interact with brands. Why do people choose this brand over this other brand? Why do people want to? Why do they, why they loyal to brands and not the other brands? Why do I like Pepsi and not Coke and not Fanta and not Sprite? And they're all soda drinks. Why would I want to only shop in Shein and not Temu and not go to the market? That kind of thing. I wanted to know more about it. And then, asking more questions led me into building the strategies behind how brands can succeed and how brands can even meet their right audience. And second question, yes, you can change. But the whole aspect of changing really is by building the brand around yourself and not your identity. How do I put it? You build your identity around you, not the other way around. As a person, you can change. Your interests can change. Your knowledge can change. Like I said, I grew from social media manager to a brand strategist. Those are really different work. A social media manager and a brand strategist are doing entirely different things. Currently at work, I'm currently, trying to move away from handling social media entirely and focus on those brand strategy. Would it take time? Yes. Because people already know you as this particular thing. It might take you having to pause for quite a while and then come back as the new you. Which is why we will see many brands come out with new logos, with new, typography, because they want to show a new them to people. New colors, right? So it doesn't always have to be new colors. It can still be the same colors, the same logo, the same font, but still the way you do things is different. You could be changing from being a singer to becoming a marketer. By all means, you can move from being a marketer to becoming an athlete. But the whole idea is making sure people know that it is you that is changing, building the identity around you as a person. So they are attached to you, not the identity. They're not attached to, brand manager, brand marketer. They're attached to Olamide, Lois, Simon, Joyce. So even though I change what I do today, they will still want me. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely, yeah. And lastly, I would like to ask about, you have said when someone want to create a portfolio, their result evidence that they have worked with a real client, they should do maybe a cheaper service or volunteer. So how would you advise someone to do, for how long, the cheaper service or volunteering for, so they can get the result, like evidence and the proof to show to their social medias? For how long?
Okay. For how long it is best for you to know? Volunteering and doing cheap is to be able to, ground your knowledge and your practical ways of doing things.
Mm,
So you have just learned something. What is the easiest way to do this thing without messing up?
mm,
You cannot go and manage a global company brand as someone who doesn't
mm,
know. They won't even give you a job in the first place. But
mm,
for the local brand in your area, they don't mind. They give you their brand to manage for them. And that way you get to be able to learn more and know better. Oh, this is how things are. These are the kind of mistakes that will happen. This is how I can create content quickly. This is how I can, read analytics and so on like that. So it is based on how long you want to do. Some people don't even do it at all. Some people create, like for me, what I also did was
mm,
created a journey page,
mm,
a false account, and I managed the account. And even I posted a result I made from that account, and that got me 3 clients. I got that particular account into it's 1 million likes from one video. People are really impressed, and I got jobs from it. So you don't even
wow.
have to, do free work
Mm,
or do work. Your free work
mm,
can be doing your own self, practicalizing by yourself, and then
mm,
building as practical. So, for example, now as a brand strategist, the main of my work is in the thinking. So what do you want to do? Think of a brand and a problem.
mm,
What is the problem? How can I solve this problem? What are the ways to solve this problem? Who am I solving? Who are the people that are involved in this problem that I want to solve? And then I write a case study. Create a false brand, and that's it. I have created like almost 5 brands. And it also helps you to build your way of thinking also, because you're building in real life, even though it's not for a real brand. So when you now meet people and reach out to people, you're able to be confident in your knowledge because you've done this before, right?
okay.
So you can, however way you want to go about it is left to you. So you can either go free brands, free work, cheap work, or building by yourself, and then the time, how long depends on
Mm,
you. If you want, you can say, okay, for 6 months I want to learn for free. I want to work with these guys for free. You can intern with a big company, right?
mm,
You might not have to intern with a small brand at all. You can go and meet a big company and tell them, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm learning. I want to intern with you. You can go and meet someone like me. Don't come to me entirely, like, right? Another marketer, another person in the
okay.
industry. I like what you
Mm,
do. I want to learn from you. Can I intern with you? And then
mm,
they can give you jobs from what they do also to learn. You work with them, you help them with their
mm.
own clients' work and so on like that. So yeah,
Okay. So it was really good. It was a very nice session, and we are really honored to have you today here with us, Olamide. I
so
don't know
much.
if anyone has another question, but if you have any question, please I will give you the email of Olamide so you can send it to her, or maybe we can compile all of the questions from the WhatsApp group, then we can send her. She will reply it. I hope so, Olamide.
All right, thank you so much. I can see one question from Salvatore. I'm not going to quickly take it, and then that will be
Okay.
all. It's already late here in
Okay.
Nigeria. So, what are the
Okay.
proven strategies for introverts to scale their brands in the community or globally? Like we have seen influential people like Larry Page have scaled their brands with infinite trust. It is one step at a time. As an introvert, do the work. It's still the same thing, really. There is no special strategy. It is still the same thing. The reason why you can go globally is by putting in all the work and all the money back into your brand, like a business also. The reason why a small bakery will become a chain of bakeries is because they've done their work very well. People really want what they are doing. Now they have to create a bigger business, create another business in another location, and so on and so on and so on. So they're all over the world because you've done the small thing very very well, very very good. That people want more of you. It is still the same work, whether you're an introvert or not. So, and then I also answered this thing about introverts on the slide. Like I said, I'll share the slide with Joyce, and you can get all of what I mentioned on there.
Okay.
Thank
Again, thank you very much, Olamide. We are so honored to have you today. Thank you for taking your time and share with us about personal branding. So, also thank you everybody for joining us today, and I wish you a very pleasant night. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you,
Okay,
Joyce.
good.
Thank you, Olamide.
Stay blessed.
So, guys, may enjoy.
Sana.
Nimeenjoy kwa kweli.
Mambo
Sana.
zinatokea kama hivi, madini ni
Japo
mengi, si
anaenda
ndio?
very fast
Sasa
bwana,
Madam Joyce,
Eh,
anaenda very
Nalikuwa very fast.
zamani wanasemaga kikao kimoja kinaanzishaga kikao kingine.
Unajua kucheza?
eh.
Hello?
Yes, nakusikia.
Nasema wanasema